everybody. Here Off the Field with Isaiah Robinson. I got special guest Cam Spence on with us today. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, brother. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed by the best.
Yeah. So Cam's a former D tackle at Maryland. He currently coaches with Maryland D tackle, and he also has a personal trainer for D tackles. That's what he's doing right now.
Yes,
so Cam, who is Cam Spence for the crowd that don't know?
Who is Cam Spence? Cam Spence is a faith-driven young man, 22 years of age. I love my family. They're very important to me. They've always been there for me, and God has always been the driving strength of my life. I went through a lot of adversity in my life. That's how I got to being a trainer. Before star commit coming out of high school, I went to IMG Academy in St. John's. I finished up there, had 51 offers coming out, decided to stay home at the University of Maryland. Got to the University of Maryland, got hurt, had double knee surgery my freshman year, been rehabbing all the way up until about probably August of 2019, where I took my first couple practice reps and my knee gave out on me, and that's when I made the decision to retire. Since then, first couple years, that first year for real, when I retired, that first season I was kind of like a signal caller for Maryland defense, kind of calling the plays out, stuff like that on the sideline. Still didn't know what I wanted to do or who I really was yet. It didn't really dawn on me until after the season when I was like, I kind of want to help us in some way, form or fashion, help us like win. And I feel like the best way to do that is to get our D-line right, because everybody knows if you got a good D-line, your defense is good. So kind of really started to train guys in the off season. Didn't really take it serious, just was doing it every now and then. I didn't really get serious until the pandemic hit, when everybody was home. You know, like I know you since back in the day. I know a lot of people that's good across the country playing right now, from the DMV, Florida State, Ohio State, they all over the place. So kind of was like doing some drills with some guys that I knew, trying to see if I wanted to come back out of retirement, because I was feeling good just being off, sitting on my feet a little bit. But then as I got into it, I was like, I can kind of teach this, kind of easy teaching this. So just started training them, the guys I knew for real. And I was like, maybe I should record this so I can see what y'all doing wrong and stuff like that, what y'all doing right, show y'all. And I was like, maybe I'll post this on Instagram and say this is what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Started posting videos, me working people out. People started liking it, and people was hitting me up. So I had my first NFL client, Javon Walker. He had just came off of a XFL season where he was the leading sack leader in the XFL. Ended up getting picked up by the Pittsburgh Steelers. So he was my first like real NFL guy. Then after that, had Jermaine Carter hit me up. Cam Brown from Penn State. He went to the Giants. Ryan Anderson from the Redskins, Washington football team, I should say now. Yeah, Miles Brown, and then my most notable guy, Javon Kinlaw, who went 14th overall to the San Francisco 49ers out of South Carolina. So who is Cam? Cam is a family man, real faith-based, and I'm a defensive line coach. You know, I'm a owner of my own company, the BearSpence Academy. First year, so I'm looking to make some big improvements and big strides coming in my second off season. I got a couple NFL draft prospects lined up. So with God, you know, is in his plans. Hopefully everything goes well, along with coaching at Maryland too. Yeah.
So that's crazy, because I remember when you started putting videos out when you was just like training for fun, and I just saw it like grown from Instagram, from just like you training more people, and I saw you also get an article on Sports Illustrated. It's just just see how you grow. So congrats to that.
It kind of hit me by surprise. I honestly was very shocked that all of this kind of happened this fast. I mean, I guess if you know what you're talking about, then people are gonna flock to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew what I was talking about. I just wasn't out there just doing anything. You know, I had a purpose. I had a reason for everything I had my guys do. I always explained things in detail. You know, I made sure I got the best out of them, and they saw that they saw I was giving my full effort, so they wanted to get their full effort as well. Yeah.
So now, since you've been a player and you're coaching now, do you see a difference in like the game? Like,
Oh yeah, it's a big difference in the game. I honestly think football is easy as long as you're aligned right, you know your assignment, and you got the right technique. You can be as good as you want to be in this game. As far as schemes and things of that nature, it all depends on the player. I kind of learned that as well. Just being a coach at University of Maryland, we're like a multi-front defense, mostly 3-4 though. So pretty much gonna have a 0 and 2-4 techniques. Have a jack standing up on the edge. So basically a 3-4 is pretty much gap sound. Making sure the guys are able to control the man in front of them, and they're responsible for both gaps on each side. So I've just seen little things like that just within the game that I thought when as a player, especially at a young age, I thought the game was like real fast and it was kind of complicated. But now stepping back on the coaching side with the clipboard, it's a lot easy. And I see why like coaches, you know, do what they do, and they love doing what they do, helping develop guys. Yeah.
So for all the young D tackles and D linemen out there looking at this video today, what are some tips you can give them?
First thing I would say, make sure you're aligned in the right stance. Stance is important. If you're not aligned in the right stance, you can't get off the ball. You can't explode out, strike a guy. So you got to start with your stance first. The second thing I would say, watch a lot of film, especially at a young age. If you're very smart and fundamentally sound at a young age, then you can improve on that as you get older, and you'll be a lot better than your competition. Most kids, you know, in youth ball don't really watch a whole lot of film, don't really know like down and distance of football, a backfield set, where's the running back, so that way you know what kind of play you're going to get. If it's a run or pass, if the back is at depth, then it's most likely going to be a run. If he's right there at the line of the quarterback, it's going to be a pass. Just little like film room stuff for I say watch a whole lot of film, as well as work on your explosion, your footwork when you're young, and your hands. Your hands are very important. Work on hand speed. If you don't know how to work on hand speed, hit me up. I'll train you, get you right. But yeah, hand speed, gotta make sure your hands are sound and precise, because that's what you're going to use to defeat blocks.
Yeah. So now you've been on both sides, being a coach and being a player. What do you like more? What do you think is best?
I honestly like coaching a lot better. I feel like it's a lot, it's a bigger output that you can have and a bigger impact, I believe, because it's not just you. You know, as a player, it's you got your own goals. You know what I'm saying? Then when you are part of a team or organization, from there, you want to be doing your best to help your teammates out. And that may be, you know, on average, a college team has about 107 guys. So you try and be the best for your 107 brothers. But as far as coaching, it's a cycle. It's more than just on the field. It's off the field too. It's seeing a guy go from having a great day to a bad day, and then other people trying to figure out what's wrong with him, and you see him in the locker room sitting by himself, and you go over there and just talk to him and kind of have a heart-to-heart, see what's going on, because it may be some off-the-field things that's messing with his mind right then at the time. So it's like I love coaching because it's not just about me. It's about others and helping them develop, helping them be the best football player that they want to be, as well as the best man that they want to be, you know, in life. So I just see it's a full circle process as far as being a coach from a player. So I definitely love coaching more.
Well, now that Big Ten started their season back up, how is Maryland's team feeling just towards all this going on right now, towards COVID and just getting the season started back up?
Mm-hmm.
How's it feeling?
We feel pretty good about what we have. We have a lot of young talent, very talented, very fast on both sides of the ball. As well as the downside having young, talent is making sure everybody gels together. But I think with Coach Locks and staff and everybody, we're doing a good job to prepare our guys for, the best possible outcomes that we're going to face this season. Especially back before we didn't know whether we was going to have a game or not. We were kind of still doing some light practices without pads just to kind of get used to the system. So all these practices are kind of helping our guys develop along the way to get ready for October 23rd when we face Northwestern. So I feel pretty confident in the group that we have because we're very talented. We have a lot of talent and a lot of skill on this team. And we're seeming to gel together really well right now, which is a good sign because no matter how much talent you got, football is it's 11 on 11. So all 11 got to do their job. One person mess up, the whole play is busted. You know what I'm saying? So we looking pretty good right now. We're looking good.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts about playing in a pandemic right now? So I know they stopped the season because they had worries about people catching COVID or things like that. So what are your feelings about the whole situation?
That's actually a good question. I feel as I kind of had a little mixed emotions myself. I was kind of figuring is it safe to coach out here? You know what I'm saying? But now that they're kind of real strict with the guidelines, we get tested every day in the morning, and we can't if you miss a test for whatever reason you can't go that day, you can't even come in the building. So I just feel like they got a lot of guidelines out there right now for people to be safe. It's also 2020 has kind of been a year of accountability as well, as far as this COVID thing, just making sure you're doing everything in your power to make sure you're safe and healthy as well off the field, because when you go home, it's just you. So if you make a selfish decision and you bring something back to this facility, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of it's hurting the whole team. It's hurting the whole team. So as you see, the Titans only had 3 people and they shut the whole thing down. You know what I'm saying? So it's one person can make a selfish decision and the whole thing be messed up. But as far as me, of how I feel like I'm safe right now, just because of the guidelines that they have in place, and things have been going well. Everybody's wearing a mask out there in practice and things of that nature. Coaches got the mask on all the time. The players, they can either wear the splash shield, like a plastic visor around the grill of the helmet, or they can wear an actual gaiter to cover their nose. And they got mouthpieces now. The little pacifier mouthpieces now made by Under Armour, where they have a little mini mask over top of the mouthpiece. So they're kind of coming up with different ways to keep everybody safe. So I kind of feel a little safer being out there now.
Yeah. Because it's crazy, you mentioned the Titans getting hurt. I was talking to Kai, Kai Loxley. He was saying, the Texans flew him out and everything, trying to pick him up. But then they had to cut the amount of people who they actually pick up.
I heard about that.
So, that's definitely.
I heard about that. I heard, now, I think at first they said in the league it was only 9 people could there was 9 people could try out. They could only try out, work out 9 people. That was that baseline. But now it's they cut it down to 2.
Yeah, it was 2, crazy number.
So opportunities is definitely low out here right now, too, for a lot of people. But I know the XFL coming back, so hopefully that gives people their chance to get back out, out there for real. Yeah.
So speaking about coaching, has COVID helped you or hurt you in any type of way for your training business?
COVID has helped me tremendously. And it's just because it gave me a chance to settle down, sit down, plan out what I was going to do, and not have the world still keep going. It's everything was on pause. So I could get a chance to lay out a blueprint, kind of what I wanted to do, and even make corrections along the way just because we still got time. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like a perfect storm as far as, you know, timing with this whole COVID thing. Especially just everybody being home helped as well, because I was able to train them guys, and others were able to see like, okay, he's training this person, that person's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But without COVID, I probably wouldn't have had that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because people would have still been in school, you know, things of that nature, this, that, and the third. So COVID has definitely helped me.
So now let's talk about DMV football. I don't feel like we get enough credit as we deserve around
the country. At all.
So a lot of your training clients are from the DMV. In your opinion, where do the DMV, rank in the country? Where do you say we are?
Shoot, I think we up there for real, number one. To be honest with you, like
top 5.
I mean, I think we right there number one, to be honest, because here's why. I say that as far as talent, we up there too, but as well as we're in one of the most powerful places like in the world, for real. This is the nation's capital. People don't really realize that. As well as African Americans, Black wealth here in the DMV is unlike anywhere else. So I just feel like it's a combination of on the field and off the field things that make us as a whole a better football player than anybody in the country. To be honest with you, like you can go here for people with size, people with speed, power. I mean, Chase went number 2 overall.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like it can be done here, you know, at the DMV. We definitely got a lot of talented people here, and the younger generation is just getting better and better. And one thing I feel like that we got better than anybody else is that DMV people, we like have a different type of drive. Like we got a different type of drive. Like everybody's trying to be that, like that person. Like, and we're just going to try to compete. And we're going to rock for nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody just we're going to try to outwork and outdo anybody who's in front of us.
I really think that's what makes us so good compared to other places. Like, like we will really do like 100 reps at the end of practice just to compete.
Facts. And be smart too. Like,
be smart.
Not knocking nobody, like saying like Texas people dumb, but you know what I'm saying. It's just DMV is different, man. It's different.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
So if you were recruited in the DMV, what would be the first place to start? What would be the first place you would look at out like the whole country? I mean, out the whole DMV.
As far as so are we talking about just like schools, or are we talking about just like different age groups? Or
talk about first let's do schools.
Okay.
And then let's do counties. Let's do counties.
I would go school-wise in the DMV right now. I'd probably go to St. John's, just because, not even because I went there for 1 year, but just that they're on the up right now. And then the WCAC is kind of like a pattern now. It's like, okay, shit, at one point in time, Carroll was good. You know what I'm saying? So Carroll was on the up. Then Good Counsel was on the up. Then DeMatha, then Good Counsel. Now St. John's. So it's like everybody in the WCAC. Sure, I even heard St. Mary's ranking was okay back in the day. So it's kind of like everybody in the WCAC, like every team got their time. And I just feel like it's St. John's time right now. They got all the talent for real right now coming out of there. Good Counsel's actually they looking good too. I think they beat St. John's in the championship.
Yeah,
no, actually to get to the championship. Gonzaga was in the championship. But I just feel like I go to St. John's right now. One, because of the power that they have. I feel like, you know, because Kevin Plank went there, so they have good, you know, it's an attraction. And right now they're trying to make it look like IMG. They just bought a new facility and all that stuff. So as a coach, I kind of would go there to see what type of guys that is coming out of there right now. Second, I'd probably go to DeMatha just because of the tradition. It's been a great program for years and years to come. They got their guy back, Coach McGregor. He's back there coaching at DeMatha now, and he's been producing NFL guys like it's nothing. So I definitely would go to DeMatha. Probably third, I go to Gonzaga.
So you just gonna leave St. Francis out?
St. Francis, are they a part of the DMV or is that Baltimore? That's what I'm
Oh,
trying to figure out.
that's a good question. That's a good question.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, is it DMV or is it Baltimore? But if we're gonna throw St. Francis in there, then I probably had to like put a slash by St. John's and put St. Francis up there because they definitely getting kids from like Australia and Africa, like just came over here from off the boat. So yeah, it's gonna have to be a slash tie for one between St. John's and St. Francis. Then the slash tie number 2 is gonna be DeMatha and Good Counsel because Good Counsel has been producing some guys too. They definitely got some athletes. Okay. And then I say Gonzaga's 3. Yeah,
definitely. That year was crazy when they had Steph and they had Shane. No, who?
Yeah.
Shane was
out of county, John. That's gonna be difficult because
that's definitely gonna be hard.
Moco had some guys. Then and PG definitely had some guys. Then Baltimore County definitely had some guys. I'm just about to say like, man, I just try to get them all. Bro. Yeah.
Definitely fact. So now we get to the hot seat questions of the interview. So who's your favorite celebrity crush? Childhood celebrity crush.
Definitely Beyonce. Just because Queen B. Yeah, she was like, my dad was listening to Beyonce. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she's been that for a long time, man. And she's like, I feel like she's the most powerful African American woman on the planet right now. Like she got a whole
mob behind her,
just
whole army behind
generational legacy, like never ending flow of just success, money, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like just perfect.
It's crazy. I seen something on Instagram today. There was like Beyonce sung the Proud Family into existence because she did the Proud Family.
Yeah.
Now she got that whole family.
Crazy, man. Like she was the trailblazer for real for a lot of stuff. I mean, I ain't really hear about women artists, you know what I'm saying, until I listened to Beyonce, and then it was like, oh, okay, people like women saying, okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying, like, she's the one, you know what I'm saying, yeah.
Your favorite smell in the whole world, if you can smell
My favorite smell. My favorite smell. That's a good question. That's different right there. My favorite smell. I kind of like see, I got these little aroma scents, these little essential oils that I be putting in this little oil diffuser. So it's kind of been giving me the little smells that I like. Right now, I kind of like this tea tree oil smell and sweet orange.
Okay.
So I'll probably go with the sweet orange for real. Yeah.
Have you ever used your coaching or trainer status to get something?
To get something.
Could be anything.
As far as like trying to get, I say yeah, I probably do because just to get new clients. You know what I'm saying? Just say like, hey, I'm a D-line trainer, you know what I'm saying? I got all these guys, this, that, and the third. So yeah, I have used it to get clients and stuff like that. Yeah.
What do you spend too much money on?
What do I spend too much money on? Shoot, big boy like to eat. Food, man. Food, man. Big boy like to eat, man. Coach Bear definitely like to get some goodies every now and then. And I definitely be cooking up a storm. So, yeah, definitely food.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Last question of the day. Did you get more girls as a coach or as a player?
That's a good question. I say as a coach. Just because, like, it was like the way my social media was set up and all that stuff was just like professional. And I had a business, so you know what I'm saying. It's like I'm very successful, so people attract to success. They don't track to failure. Not saying when I, as a player, I was a failure, but I just feel like me saying that I'm a coach, it means that like I have a higher mature level because just of what a conceptual, thought of what a coach is. A coach is somebody who's wise, who, has money, who's, this, that, and the third. Right. So I definitely feel like just being a coach. Yeah.
So we wrapping this interview up. Anything you want to say to the fans out there watching?
I just want to say thank y'all for watching. Thank you for having me, as well as I'm about to have my first show myself, Coach Bear's Chalk Talk, next Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Instagram Live. And y'all can actually follow me on Instagram Live or Instagram at _Coach BearSpence. So yeah, I'll be having my first show. Just kind of going to do a little chalk talk about, the game, what goes down in the trenches as far as defense and offensive line. Talk about, off the field things as well as how to have good credit, how to vote. Probably going to talk about how to vote first since the election is coming up. That's very important. We got to get them up out of there. So just I'm going to be talking about a whole bunch of different topics. I'm going to have some special guests on there. Some of my training clients that I've trained and people that I know, just kind of talking about football as well. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Yep.
Appreciate you for coming on again. Make sure y'all subscribe and like this video.
Yes, sir.